database, right? You've got database, you've got tables, and they were all, not all in one place, but probably the majority of it would be housed in a single place, and then an application layer. Now, what you're describing here is taking that database and dividing it up. It could be in 2 microservices, or it could be in 15, right? And those could even be across different clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We're seeing, with multi-cloud and cloud in general is, these, databases or applications in general just being distributed horizontally, right? So that we don't have, a single point of failure. We have this level of resiliency now, right? So there's all these benefits, with regards to being able to distribute these applications. But how do we secure these applications now? I mean, before in the past, we would look at, the IP address as an example, as that identity for a component in our application. Although these microservices do have IP addresses, they're ephemeral, right? They're constantly changing. So we have to look at different levels of abstraction on how, we start to protect our application. And it's obviously important to protect it from a north-south standpoint, but also very important to protect our application from an east-west perspective and to achieve that kind of zero trust security and compliance model.
Yeah, that east-west protection, definitely easier inside of the data center, right? Because like you said, tied to an IP address that you controlled, you knew, not the case when it gets broken into many different parts in that multi-cloud. So let's just, if we kind of talk through an example of, let's say a single component or resource being broken into 10, then maybe being broken in again for application development purposes, the complexity starts to get pretty darn difficult, right? How do you even know that the right information is going from one resource to another? That's the super big challenge.
Yeah, and so we need to, we want to use context like the service as an example, as a means to be able to apply policy, but not only the service itself, but kind of look deeper down and at the APIs that service may be exposing as well, right? So, we often see now that the API really is the new endpoint that needs to be protected.